In the way of news, of course, everybody is aware of the folks over there in the UK. They're going to start shooting people with vaccines on Tuesday of this week. So that's the Pfizer vaccine. We're going to be a couple weeks or so behind that in this country. Moderna will be another week beyond that. Now, I have done some checking just to see where I'm going to stand on it. And it looks like, folks, that I'm going to be somewhere in the vicinity of middle of January, maybe to the end of January, is my best guess. Now, the nice thing about that, if you want to call it a nice thing, it appears that last night on the town hall on CNN, some of you may or may not know, I've been bugging the hell out of Dr. Fauci and Sanjay Gupta and several of the medical folks, trying to get an answer to whether or not I could, in fact, take the vaccine while on chemo. My chemo starts a week from Monday. And it's going to go on for 3 months or so. So my question was are there problems with what chemo does to my system, what the vaccine does to my system, with anything counteracting and interacting and screwing up? Would my immune system be compromised by the chemo to the point that the vaccine might be a lot more dangerous for someone with my medical conditions and my age? I mean, all those kind of questions. So I sent the information in to question it. And in fact, I did get an answer. I knew before the show last night that there was going to be an answer. I did get a message back from Dr. Gupta that said, make sure you watch. And in fact, they did have a cancer physician and his wife on from Texas that were volunteers on the Moderna vaccine trials. And one of the questions that they ask, and they're given their report on how the trials went, because one of them was probably had the vaccine and had a reaction. The other one probably was placebo and had no reaction. But anyway, it was an interesting little interview that Dr. Gupta and Dr. Fauci did with the folks from Texas. But they asked specifically about chemo patients. And the answer was, by all means, you can take it, because the vaccine, at least these two, the Pfizer and the Moderna, are the mRNA type of vaccine. There's nothing there that can conflict with chemo. When something like a flu vaccine might, because it's a different type of vaccine. So it was an interesting answer to my question, but in fact, I can in fact take the vaccine whenever I'm available. I realize that even though I'm old and have medical issues, there's a lot of people in front of me before it's going to get to me. That's fine. I got no problem with that. Okay. Basically, my lead title this morning was "Cancel January and February, Maybe More." So if in fact you're in the cruise world or hoping to start off 2021 with a cruise from the US, you might as well just cancel January and February and maybe longer, because Carnival Cruise Line has now suspended cruises from Miami, Port Canaveral, and Galveston until February the 28th, and they were going to be the lead-offs in January. And then into February, excuse me, my throat, my goodness. But anyway, so they canceled all of the early cruises now until the end of February. They moved the inaugural sailing of the Mardi Gras to April 24th. It had previously been scheduled to debut on February 21st. And of course, the Mardi Gras will be the first ship operating in the Americas to run on LNG. And it will include all kinds of cool things like the roller coaster if you want to do that. I won't. But I'll sit off on the side and take a picture of it. The roller coaster, which is named Bolt, will be the first roller coaster at sea. It will encircle the upper decks and offer views from 187 feet above the waterline. I don't think so. I got this yellow streak down both sides of my back that might preclude me from doing that. The new Mardi Gras, we talked about that the other day and compared it with the old Mardi Gras that I sailed on, about 100 years ago. The new Mardi Gras is 180,000 ton ship, 1,130 feet long, 21 decks, has 2,641 guest staterooms, and will offer the normal occupancy of 5,282 guests and a crew of 1,745. So the Carnival wasn't the only one making news this week. Disney announced that they've canceled sailings also through February 28th. And that news came just on the heels of the rest of Carnival being canceled. Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and MSC Cruises also axed voyages through the same date earlier in the week. So just wipe that off the map. There is no January and February as far as us cruisers go, unless you fall into the dates of getting the vaccine in January, February. Then by all means, put that on the calendar. But the rest of the 2 months, just wipe them off. Just erase them. And we may have to erase more. We'll have to see how serious people get about masking and doing the things to hold us over until, we get the widespread coverage from the vaccine. Now, it wasn't just cruises from the U.S. that made the news this week. The MSC Grandiosa, MSC announced that it will temporarily pause operation for the Grandiosa later this month. The line has also moved the planned restart of the Magnifica into January. The decision was made due to the new restrictions from the Italian government for a Christmas and New Year's period. The new measures include extensive restrictions on people's mobility across the entire country, which would hinder guests from reaching any of the ship's embarkation ports in Italy. I'm sorry, folks. I understand exactly what they're doing. Do I want to see that happen in this country? No, but I could understand it with the way our numbers have spiked, and they're going to get worse because we still haven't seen the crap from Thanksgiving. Those numbers are still going to spike yet sometime next week. And you got, the Christmas holidays are going to cause the same problems because the majority, or not a majority, a number of people in this country are going to ignore it and travel and go visit grandma and grandpa and spread the disease to them and kill them. I think we need to start charging people if people that knowingly go someplace without a mask, or they knowingly do not quarantine themselves after they've tested positive. Let's start charging them with, first-degree manslaughter or attempted manslaughter or some damn criminal charge. Maybe then some of these fools will start paying attention. I wasn't going to rant this morning. It's Saturday, and I was going to try to keep my blood pressure low. But the idiots keep me going. All right. Now, we got a couple of guys up there in the northeast part of the country. There's Amy up there in Rhode Island and Emily up there in New York. Look out, y'all. A nor'easter is developing along the East Coast, bringing rain, wind, and snow to parts of the North Sea, similar to the storm earlier this week named Winter Storm Dane. This weekend, the nor'easter is expected to develop from the teaming up energy from two jet streams. This weekend storm, which is now named Winter Storm Eartha, will track much further east than the storm earlier this week. Now, you guys are going to get some rain and some wind and some snow. You guys up there in you damn Yankees, y'all are used to that crap. And you can get a bunch. You can get a bunch in places up there. And Maine and Vermont and, I mean, that's like John in Minnesota. That's close to the Arctic Circle as far as I'm concerned. But you're going to get some snow. Of course, Emily will probably go out and roll around in the snow with Fiona the dog or something like that. Amy, I think, might have a little more sense than get out and roll in the snow, I hope. So, anyway, you can have some weather. The thing that I found interesting about this, folks, I'm thinking, when did they, I know they've started naming winter storms now. When did they start doing that? And I know the National Hurricane Center, I mean, it takes an act of Congress to get on the list of damn hurricane names, and there's names that we can't pronounce half the time. And then, like this year, you go into the Greek alphabet business after you used up all the regular alphabet names. The whole business of naming storms, winter storms, that's a Weather Channel created fictitious hunk of crap. I'm sorry. I haven't talked to Jim or Steph or any of the guys here in the last couple of weeks. I haven't texted them back and forth about anything like I do normally. Now that I know that they've created this winter storm name crap, I'm going to have to give them hell about that one. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so you got a nor'easter now up there going to dump a bunch of snow, but we got to call it Winter Storm Eartha. Oh, well. All right. The other, for the final business of medical things today, folks, I finally got 8 hours of sleep. Took me 3 days to get it, but I did get 8 hours of sleep. All right, let's see. We got to go check, see who's here and who's commenting and if I made any mistakes or anything like that this morning. John's with us from up in Minnesota. Another fall, another fall day, no snow. Wow, it's all east of you, John. I'm sure you're upset about that. Sonny's with us from down in Mississippi. She says hello to John and everyone. Gretchen's with us in Ohio. Let's see. Jason's here from Pittsburgh. Hey, Jason. I guess you saw about Carnival moving the Mardi Gras back again. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm going to have to go on the Mardi Gras pretty soon. By the way, I did find out this morning, I was texting back and forth with the lovely Rona over in Scotland. She's booked a cruise in February 2022 from Miami on the Encore. She said, have you got anything booked in February of 22? And I said, no. So I took a look at it. That's a nice cruise out of Miami. 7-dayer goes to, let's see, goes to the Great Stirrup Cay, goes to St. Thomas, to Tortola, which are two of my favorite spots, and Puerto Plata in Dominican Republic. In February, which is to me is a great time to get away from winter weather and go to the Caribbean. So I might just have to look into that. I'll see if I got any credits left from the European adventure, which I'm still planning on Europe, folks. I'm not giving up on Europe yet in October. But by February, I probably need to go work on my tan. So we'll just have to see about hooking up with Rona. I think that would be a gas. So Amy's with us. Hi, Amy. Stay warm up there in the snow if you get any. Gretchen says, great news. Glad to hear that. That you can get a vaccination, not the cruises are canceled. Yeah, I understood what you meant, Gretchen. Gretchen. Officially booked Belongo Bay Beach Resort. Okay, now, so I meant to go look that up, and I forgot the week of February 1st. I have to go look up Belongo Bay Beach Resort because I don't know anything about it. It's all inclusive in St. Thomas, Jason says. Okay, well, I love St. Thomas, and as much as we love cruises, I've done several all inclusives before, and they're wonderful. I mean, it's just like being on a cruise, only the boat doesn't go. You don't go anywhere. They've got lovely restaurants. There's lots of bars. There's usually entertainment. There's things that most of the resorts have excursions, just like you're on a cruise ship. I've enjoyed the all inclusives that I've stayed at. So, but I'll go look up Belongo Bay Beach Resort. I gotta find out about where Jason's going on that one. And then, of course, Jason, if I'm healthy enough with, that'll be on my about my third or fourth month of chemo. If I'm still staggering around, we might have to do some live reports from Belongo Bay Beach Resort. That would be pretty cool. CDC trying to kill the cruise industry so they won't have to deal with them ever again. Well, everything about the CDC is getting ready to change, it looks like. So we'll see when you get rid of some of the political influences and people that accept the political influences instead of going with the science. We'll just have to see what's going to happen with that. Loss of cruise industry here is loss of tons of tourism dollars. Not a good move. I completely agree. You know, we've got to save the cruise industry. Jason says, I hope you're feeling better, Chillie. Actually, I'm feeling pretty good today. I have days, quite frankly, and it's I'm not sure why, but I just have days with no energy. And at this point, there's no reason for that. After I take the chemo, I'll do a report the first of the week on next week. You know, the big thing is next week I go to have a port installed somewhere underneath my collarbone, which is where they plug the chemo in, which it takes hours for that crap to go in. And that's where I'm going to have the side effects. I know that. So when I have a day that I just feel yucky, not even sure why, other than the discomfort. But actually today I'm feeling pretty good. I mentioned the other day that I stopped by the urologist to get some supplies, and I made a little kind of a repair job, if you want to call it, to the plumbing down there. So I'm a lot less uncomfortable than I've been with that. So, it's going to be another until the 23rd. 23rd, we try to take the catheter out again. Until then, I still got to put up with it. On the 23rd, we're going to attempt to take it out and see if things have shrunk enough that I can take care of business on my own, which would be nice because I'm going to be dealing with a lot of other things by then. But anyway, other than that, I'm feeling pretty good as a general rule. I mean, I don't, other than just I get days that I just have a total lack of energy, lack of desire to do anything. This morning, I feel pretty good. I'll probably end up taking a nap. I do a lot of napping today in the days. So Tom Henry says Tom Henry's with us. He's late. His Star Trek Voyager had his attention. Sonny says loss of more money, just another nail in the U.S. economy coffin. Isn't that the truth? And Gretchen says, hey, Emily and Tom. Yeah, Emily says it's already raining. Well, it's at least it's not the alternative, Emily. You could be getting 14 feet of snow. And Jason says, damn Yankees. Yeah, that's what I said, Jason. Damn Yankees. I said that when I lived up here in Pittsburgh, too. Made use of my southern accent when I was up there, I'll tell you that. Emily says, you posted about the snow. Oh, yeah, I got to talk about snow when you're going to be up there rolling around in it with Fiona. We need pictures. Pictures of the snow when you get it, Emily. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta. Isn't that the truth? I never can remember the order of the Greek alphabet. I'm just not smart enough for that. Bought the tree yesterday, so Gretchen's going to celebrate Christmas. Rain missing here, but I think it's going to reach as far west as Pittsburgh. Jason, you might get some weather. Nah, it'll be fine in Pittsburgh, he says. Did I miss a rant? A little bit of a rant, not much of one. A little bit, not much. Glad you got some shut-eye. Your body needed some sleep. Yeah, but you missed the part of it that it took me 3 days to get the 8 hours. So, Tri-Delt. What are we playing? Sorority? Sorority fraternity bingo here. My goodness gracious. I don't mean to be coughing on you guys, folks. I don't know where that came from. All of a sudden this morning, I got a cough. Because it's too damn cold here. Emily's never heard of Belongo Bay, neither have I, but I'm going to look it up. It's in St. Thomas. Is Belongo a nude resort? There we go, Tom. Let's get Tom Henry to go to Belongo Bay Naked Resort. That'd be cool. Get some pictures of that one. Tom Henry says most of his days no energy and there's no cancer there. Yeah. Did I see that Obama, Bush, and Clinton said that they would take the vaccine to help the public? Absolutely. They're going to do it publicly. I'm sorry, but I have a tremendous amount of respect for all three. And again, that's not making a political statement because you got two Dems and a Republican there. But because of the way they handle themselves, it, to me, is the way a president, an ex-president should handle themselves. I think that's fine. I'm great. I'm all in favor of it. I had no problem with taking it. My only thing was, should I? Because of the chemo. And now I feel so much better knowing that, yeah, I can take the vaccine. So when it's available, I can go get it. When it's available, whenever my number comes up. We still don't know for sure how that's going to happen, but we'll see. I know they're going to get some 20 million doses out in December, but I mean, there's 31 million healthcare workers. So that's not even enough to cover the healthcare workers. Then you got to deal with the nursing home folks. And then you've got the frontline folks like firemen and police and teachers. And yeah, even the guys that run the grocery stores, they work in the grocery stores. I mean, they're frontline. They're the ones keeping us alive in a lot of instances. I understand putting all of those ahead of me, even though I'm old and have issues. Got no problem at all. So if that puts me back into the middle of January, 1st of February, before I get a vaccine, okay, that's cool. I'll take it then. And then I go back 30 days later or 3 weeks later, however it is, to get the second dose. I'll be there as soon as they tell me I can. Nikki's with us. A little bit late. That's okay, Nikki. Glad you're here. All right, that's going to wrap me up for today, folks. You guys have a great weekend. Stay safe as always. Wear your mask. Do all the things you know we're supposed to do. One of these days, we'll all get together on a cruise ship sometime, somewhere, and we'll start having some fun together. Oh, we got a couple more people here. Rob Slevin, good to have you with us, Rob. Getting a vaccine a little earlier may be one of the only times being a diabetic might help out. Well, isn't that the truth? I can understand that. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see where the numbers are and when you can actually get there. So I am hoping, whenever it happens, I'll be there. I go to CVS. It's 5 minutes away, and I'll be right in line. So anyway, everybody's saying hey to Rob. Welcome aboard. Oh, I know what else I was going to tell you this morning. Finally, I don't know if anybody other than Jason pays any attention to this, but I finally got to 2,100 subscribers. I've been stuck between 2,000 and 2,100 for what seems like forever. So finally this morning I checked my stats and I hit 2,100 finally. So welcome aboard to all of you new guys. Appreciate you, each and every one of you. Glad you're with us. We do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday mornings. We talk about all facets of the travel and cruise industry. And then on Sunday, we've got the Cruise Amigos live from London. I do interview shows during the week for the Cruise Amigos that's live from Virginia, which might be about anything in the cruise and travel industry or supporting our nonprofit foundation called Support a Port, where we raise funds to help people that have supported the cruise industry for years in the ports. So we try to raise some funds for those. We're getting ready actually to send some money up to Whittier, Alaska, up there near Anchorage, that we've raised, hopefully to have a little something special for Christmas for 60 kids there in Whittier. So anyway, by all means, folks, check us out. We'll be doing a show Sunday. Pete has a guest, and quite frankly, I did not write down our guests this week. So, but we'll have a show Sunday afternoon, 3:00 Eastern Standard Time, which is 8:00 London time for the Cruise Amigos. Join us, and because it's always fun. We always have a good time. So anyway, if you're new to this channel, welcome aboard. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. That's down in the little right-hand corner, and we always appreciate that. The bell notification tells you when I go live or when I post a new video, which I'm apt to do at any time. So anything happens between now and Tuesday, I'll break in, of course, with a live broadcast or special broadcast, breaking news or the like. If not, you guys all stay safe and healthy this weekend, and I'll see everybody real soon. Thanks for being with me, guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay safe in the weather up there, folks.
Thank you for watching today's Travel and Cruise Industry News. Join us every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern for another episode. Travel and Cruise Industry News is a production of Chillie's Cruises.